In Zimbabwe, I was in Zimbabwe for 14 years. The first 10 weeks of our arrival, when we didn't hear anything, the language, this thing, luckily their language sometimes could be done with this sign of welcome and greeting. And so we, at least if we don't know, when men will do it this way, women will do it this way. So we could use that. So the first 10 weeks was an intensive course in Shona language. Then we go out to the missions to try out what we had learned. Then we came back and took another 6 intensive weeks. Within that time, we were able to cover grammatically O and A level of the Shona language. I tell you, we don't speak it as such, but we can tell them when they are wrong grammatically. And if you ask someone to make translations for you, we can easily say, look, you didn't say what I said. And they will say, but you can't speak it. How do you know? I said, I know, because we know the rule of the grammar, even though we don't have the vocabulary always. So from the language course, I went to work in St. Andrew's Mission. From St. Andrew's Mission, I was teaching in the St. Andrew's Secondary School. Then I came for relief duty in St. Martin's in Florida. Then while doing that relief duty, I was also doing another relief duty in St. James and St. James Chipinge. So that means that every weekend or every Sunday, I would drive 80 miles from Marange, from Florida, St. Martin's, after I have done this thing, drive 80 miles to Marange and about 120 miles to Chipinge. I have to cover this thing on Sunday alone. So it was very trying over a period of time. And after that, I was appointed pastor St. James Chipinge. I went there before I completed my tenure. They wanted me to move over to St. Patrick's in Nyanyazi, where we run school and the parish together. I moved over to St. Patrick's in Nyanyazi. From Nyanyazi again, before I completed my tenure, they thought that they had no other person to put in the archdiocese in our biggest parish than myself. So I moved over there. That's where I was for 7 years. At the time, I was invited to come and work with the Igbo Catholic community in Raleigh, here in the diocese. So that's how I came here. Actually, a year before, when I was looking for a space for sabbatical, I had applied to the diocese because I had my brother and friends here in the diocese. So when I told them I was planning for sabbatical, they asked me to apply here and be with them. I applied, but the diocese said that they hadn't a space. Monsignor Brockman was the secretary then, before he became vicar. So a year later, it was them now who invited me to come. I was 4 years here. I began with Monsignor Tim. When Monsignor Tim moved, then Monsignor Doug came. Then they sold this other house. I moved down to live with Monsignor Doug. Then I went to Durham when I became a campus minister at NC Central. So that I was coming to St. Michael to fill up whenever they needed me for confessions or for Sunday masses. Then after that, when they suspended the campus ministry again, I came back here. But all this while, I have been looking after the Igbo Catholic community in Raleigh. We meet at St. Joseph because that is the central place. We also meet in Durham, once a month on the third Sunday of the month. We have a reasonable number of people, members in Durham, so we chose Durham as the day we do not have space at St. Joseph, we go to Durham. But we are looking for a way to own a property where we will be more permanent without moving around. So it's just money. So, and is our people do not have the difficulties some other communities have, in the sense that we English is our lingua franca in Nigeria, and therefore we have choices of going to English Mass, so coming to Igbo Mass. So all our members don't always come because they understand English very well and can fit in very well. Igbo is our our native language, our ethnic language. So and it was in 2013. We used to have Mass once a month, or we used to have meeting once a month at St. Joseph. Then it went to 2 times. But in 2013, Monsignor Brockman had a meeting with me and told me that the diocese want me to concentrate more with the Igbo Catholic community, and asked if we wanted to grow into a parish. Then I met with the community, and as the case would be, we said, yeah, of course we can, since it is not a one-day job right now. It's not a well. So since from that 2013, we've been trying step by step to meet the requirements that the diocese want us to meet, little by little, financially, participatory-wise, then participation-wise, and things like that. And I believe we are doing well, and we are not just there, but we are doing well.